You wake up to the sound of an alarm clock. It's still dark outside. You're tired, but you drag yourself out of bed because you have no choice. The world doesn't wait for you to rest. You rush through breakfast, get stuck in traffic, and sit at the same desk you've sat at for years. Day after day, you give away the most precious thing you have, your time, in exchange for just enough money to survive until the next paycheck. It feels normal because everyone around you is doing the same. Your parents did it. Your friends do it. Society praises you for being responsible and hardworking. But beneath it all, there's a quiet truth no one wants to admit. This is a prison. Not a prison of steel bars, but one built out of routines, bills, and obligations. You're trading pieces of your life, hours you'll never get back, for a paycheck that disappears as fast as it comes. And deep inside, a voice whispers, "Is this really what life is meant to be?" That voice never leaves you, no matter how hard you try to silence it. Because part of you knows you weren't born to sell your time like this. Most people convince themselves that this endless cycle is safety. They tell themselves, "At least the bills are paid. At least I have a steady job. At least I know what tomorrow looks like." That comfort becomes a cage, disguised as security. You start believing that working harder, staying longer hours, or chasing promotions will eventually free you. But deep down, you sense the truth. Every raise is just another chain, tying you tighter to the system. Think about it. Your job can vanish with one decision, one company restructuring, one economic downturn. Yet, we cling to it as if it's unshakable ground. It's not security. It's dependency. And dependency can vanish overnight. What's worse is how this illusion eats away at your dreams. Remember the passions you once had? The things you said you'd do someday? That someday keeps getting pushed further away, buried under rent, car payments, and obligations. The illusion of safety steals the very life you were meant to live. And still, every morning, you show up, clock in, and tell yourself, this is just how life is. But inside, a storm is building. You can feel it. A breaking point is coming. It doesn't happen all at once. At first, it's small moments that gnaw at you. The look of exhaustion in the mirror. The ache in your chest when you realize another year has slipped away. The sinking feeling every Sunday night knowing Monday is waiting for you. These moments build until one day, it hits you with full force. You realize that no matter how hard you work, you can never buy back the hours you've already spent. The birthdays you missed, the time with family you traded for overtime, the dreams you set aside because there wasn't enough time. Those moments are gone forever. And suddenly, the paycheck doesn't feel worth it anymore. The breaking point is painful, almost unbearable. It feels like waking up in the middle of a nightmare you didn't even know you were in. But it's also the first taste of freedom because for the first time you see the truth. You can keep selling your life 1 hour at a time, or you can find another way. And in that moment, a spark lights inside you. A thought you can't ignore anymore. There has to be more than this. The spark doesn't turn into a fire overnight. At first, it feels terrifying, like stepping into the unknown without a map. You've spent your whole life being told to play it safe, to stick with what you know. But now, safety feels like the real danger. Because every hour you trade for money is another hour stolen from the life you want to live. So you begin searching. You read, you learn, you experiment. And slowly, you start to see it. Wealth isn't built by selling hours. It's built by creating value that works even when you don't. Some people call it leverage, others call it freedom. Whatever the name, the idea is the same. You stop being the worker chained to the clock, and you start building systems, skills, and opportunities that multiply your effort. Maybe it's a business, maybe it's investments, maybe it's creating something once and letting it serve people forever. The path looks different for everyone. But the moment you take that first step, everything changes. You stop being just an employee. You become the architect of your own future. And for the first time, you feel it, the weight lifting off your shoulders. The prison door beginning to crack open. One day, you wake up and realize something has shifted. The alarm clock no longer feels like chains around your neck. Your days aren't ruled by someone else's schedule. Instead, you spend your time on what matters, your passions, your family, your purpose. Money no longer feels like a leash, but a tool you've learned to control. This is true freedom, not yachts, not mansions, not endless luxury. Freedom is waking up and choosing how to live your day. It's knowing that your life isn't slipping away in exchange for a paycheck. It's looking at the people you love and realizing you're giving them the one thing they can never buy back, your time. And when you look back, you understand something profound. The prison was never your job. It was the belief that trading your life for money was the only way. Once you broke that belief, you built a new path, one that can never be taken from you. This is the life you were meant to live. Not surviving, not just existing, but truly free. And it all begins the moment you decide to stop trading